Okay, you joined me here on my drive to the chiropractor. I just downloaded the new software, installed the new software 11.4.7, and I was thinking let's try it out, record it while I'm going over to the chiropractor. And I chose a route that is not going on the interstate, so therefore there will be a bit more of challenges in terms of FSD. It's about 37 minutes of a drive, so I expect my 360 camera to turn off and turn back on, because after like 29 minutes it splits the files and it does not seamlessly continue. So there's always kind of a few second gap which I will have to cut out in synchronization with all those other cameras that I have here. I have a new setup in the way. My GoPro has now some active cooling on it. I did some tests with continuous recording, so it recorded for like 2-3 hours in a row without overheating, so that's good. And yeah, let's see what 11.4.7 has to offer. So far I could already tell it was trying to go into a right turning lane, indicating, but then didn't. I have that on camera too, but obviously my 360 camera wasn't recording at the time. So in order to keep those videos in sync, excuse me, to keep those videos in sync that I upload, I decided to kind of start over. And yeah, one thing I wanted to say, so what I'm doing is I decided to always upload 2 videos whenever I can. Obviously sometimes it does not work out, but whenever I can, I will upload 2 videos. You will see on my channel they have the same name, except that one has VR 360 degrees in the name. And what I'm trying to do is have a recording with the GoPro where you have the view towards, the front, and it has some sort of better quality to it. And then the 360, and also you can actually zoom in to the video if you want to see some details on the navigation or on the dashboard, which obviously I'm recording with a additional camera right now, and I will overlay it into this area here. But the 360 camera, I started out with the Insta360 X3, and it was not really a good quality in terms of the video, but you have the advantage of, panning around. You can see what's to the right, what's to the left. You can see what's in the back. And I found this to be very useful sometimes if you watch a video, because you can only see what happens, in the front of the car, but you cannot see what happens on the side or behind the car. And, in terms of research, for somebody who is really into watching those videos and wants to see more details about it, it's obviously quite convenient to have some sort of virtual way to zoom, in and out on the regular video, and then pan around on the 360 video. So yeah. Let's see how this all unfolds. So far I haven't really seen a huge difference in 11.4.7, but it's still a longer drive, so we shall see. It's very interesting because we need to turn left in 1 mile. Not really sure why we switched lanes. Oh, one thing I have noticed is there's a lot of reminders to nagging to touch the steering wheel, so I've noticed that. And I think regular branches, people that are not on the FSD beta branch, they will have now 11.4.4 coming out. Which, for anybody who's getting that, be prepared for your car to drift into turning lanes on a straight course. Whenever you go straight, the navigation is showing you. I'm helping out a bit here, but this gap is too big. Sorry. Whenever you go on a straight route, like a road like this here, and there are some turning lanes left or right, the car sometimes drifts into those lanes. And that can be quite interesting, to say it nicely. going to increase the speed a little bit because I don't really want to be right next to this truck for that long. So I'm not sure if that's new, if the car is getting out of the way or not. Could be. It's a government vehicle which does have some emergency lights. Or not emergency lights, yeah, emergency lights, some flashing blue lights in the front. So this is what I was talking about. So we are not supposed to go in this lane. Thankfully that happened, and I have it on the recording, but this is basically what happens, and over again, not the right thing to go. The truck behind me must be thinking, okay, where is he going? We will eventually turn right on the traffic light, but all a bit premature. See, and now we're just drifting over. There's no signaling. I would prefer it signals. If I drive myself, I would certainly signal going into those lanes here. And we have somebody jumping in. And I'm back again. I had to take this call. That was my chiropractor office calling to confirm that I'm on my way. Increasing the speed a little bit. If the police or whichever kind of government agency, that is FBI, ATF, if they drive this fast here, I think I can join everybody else in speed. actually signaling to switch lanes, because I have some people behind me that wanted to go faster, which obviously doesn't work out right now with this person turning left here. So one thing the car does now, it seems to be a bit more hesitant in that situation by seeing all those red lights, stop lights of cars. And I can hear the fan speeding up, cooling the GoPro, which means the GoPro is heating up. That was a good maneuver. We have to turn left in like 1 mile, so might as well be in the left lane. Yeah, at this point, I would like to say that despite the fact that some of my videos I'm complaining about FSD and what it's doing and so on, I would still like to point out it is overall totally amazing how the car can drive itself on pretty much any type of road at this point. And not to forget that any road, whenever you go on there, is kind of completely unknown to the car, except for the GPS information, the navigation, the mapping that exists. But in terms of the visual style of driving, the car hasn't been there before and does not really memorize, I would think, not memorize the way for the next time. So every road is pretty much a new experience. And I find this to be amazing. It truly is. And so far, no disengagement. I guess it seemed to be a bit hesitant because the lane suddenly was wider, or the markings stopped because it was obviously switching lanes right where the intersection was. Are we actually using the brake pedal? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, back again. I had to cut this out because my 360 camera was splitting files, and whenever it happens, it will drop a few seconds of the recording, so things would be out of sync. And back again on the same drive. We need to turn in about half a mile, which means I need to be in the right lane unless there are two lanes that turn right. But let's see how this is being figured out here. Yeah, I'm not really sure why we slowed down, but yeah, the speed limit. Oh, okay. Not bad. It's the first time for me going this way too, so let me see if the car is coming to a stop now or if it keeps going. I have somebody behind me, so let me push the pedal. Yeah, so I'm pushing the pedal again a little bit because this gap is pretty big, and I don't really want to hold up traffic. Okay, I'm trying to find the right lane here. And I don't want to hold up traffic if not necessary. And again, pushing the pedal. Obviously, everybody driving this way at this time of day knows which way they go. And I don't really have any interest in somebody just passing through here, holding things up. So that's not a four-way stop, it's just a stop for us here and the opposite side. And it's really hard to see, but obviously it's a slower speed limit here. Almost there. No, this stop sign is not for us. I'm not really sure why the car was hesitant, but didn't really have to stop. And we still don't have to stop for this one here, so and the person behind me is really eating up my tail. So I have my foot over the accelerator in case the car makes like a real hard stop. I don't see anything. Okay. And we made it. So taking over here since I have to go into this parking lot. So yeah, no disengagement, a few, kind of awkward moments, but nevertheless, it worked out. And I'm here, so I might record the way back to. All right. Got my adjustment and doing some more recording on 11.4.7. Okay. So coming out of this parking lot, there is a stop sign. And then I have to do a left turn, which is very difficult because cars are coming very fast here. And there's not a lot of visibility here. So let's see how that evolves. And I'm ready for takeover. But that looked good to me. Okay. And as usual, my mini GoPro for the dashboard is drained. So I don't have a dedicated camera now for the dashboard, so it will just be what it is right now. 2 cameras, 360 view and the windshield look ahead. So I was already on Twitter. Seems like a lot of other people received the 11.4.7 update. Was in exchange with, or not in exchange, but added something to Dirty Tesla. He already posted a video showing that the drifting into turning lanes still exist. I have noticed the same, but I haven't gone on my usual route yet, so I cannot really tell if it is different by going a way that I have not gone before, so that's very obvious. But we see. Let's see how many disengagements we end up with here. Hopefully 0. That doesn't make any sense to me because we have to turn left So what now? So I'm prepared for the car to still make a turn to the left. I guess. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. Nice recovery. How to add extra weight to your way. Okay, we turn here. Obviously the best would have been a U-turn, but I guess the car cannot do that. Yeah, but other than that, so far 11.4.7 is not bad. It is actually very smooth. It kind of glides and feels very human-like in terms of how it drives. Not necessarily the student driver experience anymore, but yeah, like somebody who has been driving for a while and knows what he or she is doing. So not too bad. And we are going back to the route that we could have been on. or should have been on. Let's see if we turn on red. Could actually go here. So yeah, my way back home is a slightly different way, and includes the interstate, so I most likely will have the camera turned off then, or not uploading the video of the interstate, unless obviously people leave me a comment and say no, we want to see the interstate too. There's always a way to upload more video material than necessary, so yeah, let me know. Driving directly against the sun, so I'm not 100% sure if I calibrated my GoPro correctly in order to really see the road. The other day I did some recordings and it turned out to be not, you couldn't really see anything. It was just kind of white. You could see everything inside the car, but outside the windshield was kind of useless. So I hope this is not the case right now, but we see afterwards. So nothing I can do right now other than pulling over and kind of stop the recording and check things, but I don't really have the time for that right now. So I have somebody behind me that wants to turn right, but I can only go this much forward, so there's nothing I can do. And if the person in front of me would scoot up a bit, the Jeep could go. So again, it was indicating to go into the left lane, but then it didn't. I guess it realized this is not a 2-lane way here. I don't know. Certainly this whole drifting into turning lanes and staying in one lane has not been fixed with 11.4.7. That much I can tell already. Okay. Yeah. Um, had to disengage because there was obviously a car in the way, and I had cars behind me. So that wasn't really smooth. I have to watch this later again. So one disengagement, maybe I wouldn't have. Well, I don't know. Hard to tell, and I don't want to create a situation where it just leads to something bad. Okay, so the car can't really see the green light, so I'm pushing the pedal a bit. And I'm also switching over into the right lane because I don't really want to be behind this truck. So there was the police on the right hand side measuring the speed. I think most people didn't even realize that. A good hiding spot. Yeah, that's a good decision. Um, 255 watt hours per mile, and since the last charge it's 266 watt hours a mile, which is actually not bad. And we haven't been driving too slow, so yeah, nice consumption. Yeah. Some people behind me even went on the yellow, so it would have been a bit critical to just slam the brakes for that yellow light. Um, yeah, okay. I think it would actually be better to keep going straight, go over the 85, and then make a turn left and use the other side to approach the on-ramp for 85, but let's go like the navigation is telling me here. Actually, don't really have to be in this lane because we need to turn right. So on the left, there's a Chipotle. I'm not really sure if that's visible from here, but it's not. But there's a new supercharger. I can highly recommend that one. Don't go to the one in Beaufort. If you can make it, go to the one here.